Now, one of the things that I want to talk about is freedom of expression. We think we live in a free society, but sometimes that's an optical illusion, especially when it comes to theology. When it comes to Islam, we all self-censor. People are afraid. You don't see independent thought on any of the news networks and so on about, I don't know, the Prophet Muhammad. People are simply afraid. So what they do is they self-censor. You don't see a history of Islam from a non-Islamic point of view, or from a mix or a debate. You saw what happened when a low-grade video of a couple of minutes went on the internet. That was taken as an excuse for people to go crazy and hurt people. That's for Islam. Now, it would seem as if it's different when it comes to Christianity, that somehow we can say whatever we want. In fact, the media is anti-Christian. Every Christmas, every Easter, people produce things that would upset Christian believers. But that's an optical illusion. In effect, that's not what's going on. What you have when it comes to the Christian world, often, is that you have people with academic titles who actually have a theological agenda. Now, it's very interesting. When it comes, let's say, to Judaism, you don't really see rabbis involved in archaeology, history, and these kind of academic secular pursuits. And if you would see a rabbi involved in that, which you don't, be very clear this person's a rabbi. He's got a big beard, he's wearing a big black hat. He's not pretending to be Professor so-and-so with absolutely no connection to religion. When it comes to Christianity, that's not the case. It's a very interesting phenomena that when the search for the historical Jesus started, say 100 years ago, some people realized that this is not a good thing necessarily for Christian theology. So if you can't beat them, you got to lead them. All kinds of Christian colleges and seminaries were set up, which is fine. I have absolutely no problem with people's faith. You believe something, you believe something. I respect that. I have beliefs. I'm a believer. I'm a Jewish man. I'm Orthodox. I have beliefs. But I don't try to package those beliefs in pseudo-academia, right? So what you have is all these colleges that you would think, for example, you think that Princeton Theological Seminary is Princeton University, but it's not. It's Princeton Theological Seminary. You think that Harvard Divinity School is Harvard, but it's Harvard Divinity School. And then you have all these others, Emmanuel Christian Seminary and so on. And all of these people, some of these so-called universities, you have to take a theological oath of office. That means you have to actually, before they hire you, say that you're going to be a defender of the faith. And then you go out there to various publications and seminars pretending to be an objective scholar. So what you have is an army of pseudo-academics who really have a theological agenda. Their theological agenda is to discredit anything that seems to go against their brand of Christianity. Now, when I say pseudo-academics, what do I mean by that? I mean, these people, in a sense, are real academics. Some of them have real PhDs and they're experts in Greek, Coptic, whatever it is. And as long as nothing challenges their beliefs, they'll translate things properly. They'll go to give papers to obscure conferences and publish papers in obscure publications that gives them academic status without anybody actually reading what they say. And this can go on for 20, 30 years until these sleeper agents of Christian orthodoxy see something that they don't agree with. Then they bring their entire status, the entire weight of their curriculum vitae to bear on discrediting the thing that pisses them off. Now, this is not a theoretical thing. It happens over and over and over again.